mean, you just go for the Lee Sin, just take SVP out of the misery, bring it to them early and often. You know, maybe BURIRAM was worried about SVP's only chance at winning a game, and so BURIRAM went for a very balanced comp last game. But yeah, now they're hovering that RE as well. I just feel like okay, let's just do this quick. Let's do this fast. I mean, I know we're late game players, but we're better than them, so let's just not have to worry about this anymore.
I'm so, I don't want to say tilted, maybe tilt's an overused word, but like they've given up the Varus when they banned away the Ziggs themselves on blue side. That was their strength. I'd love to have seen them just run it back with that again and be that bridge to get them into a position where they can crush the bot lane. They've said, no, we want to steal the Kaiser because Kinemon may just be the best Kaiser. Like, he's insane on this champion. He spams it religiously. 11 games played and 9 wins. They've just said, we want to take a range matchup where we're outranged, and they're just giving BURIRAM everything they want. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, this is a terrifying lineup coming up from BURIRAM. Just absolutely can take this to them. I mean, even though they have the Galio, they can go for the Nami as well, but it looks like they're going to go in a different direction. Yeah, it seems like SVP's lineup is a bit discombobulated. Yeah, you have the Lulu Kaisa combo. Yeah, you have the strong Ribbon, but everything doesn't really combo together very well, whereas everything from BURIRAM just feels so tight.
Yeah, I thought they would have built on their game 1 success and said, let's double down and let's, run it back again. But they've defaulted back to, I can only imagine, there's going to be the Akali in mid lane, which Yahtzee's always rushed this Gunblade, which you've been a little bit critical of at the best of times as to what the sort of off is. He's trying to snowball more like a solo queue game, but I would much rather see the likes of an Infinity Orb or a Rabadon's Cap come out early as well for that instant injection, especially in competitive play, in my opinion at least anyway. So they've gone for a comp where it's like we've got pure mechanics, but so much melee. The Varus is going to have an absolute dream to play this game, to hit the Train of Corruption, and it's all done. The Darius as well can just walk in, swing the axe, apply max bleed stacks everywhere. I don't think this game will go to 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think I was about to say the same exact thing. I think this is going to be over very quickly. It might contend for one of the fastest games in the tournament. That's my prediction.
Possibly. Omo does have that little competition ongoing, so we're gonna see if somebody can break the record over here. But for SVP, it seems like they have, jumped out of the frying pan and into the fire, but we'll see what they can pull for game 2 for SVP versus BURIRAM United. Casters, over to you guys.
Loving the second game draft right here coming from SVP as well as BURIRAM United, where SVP wants to overwhelm them with damage, and BURIRAM United has got the death ball running at them. And here we are, SVP needing to go for the tie in hopes to get out of this group to the playoffs.
SVP needing to shut down the tie team in order to get through this group and get into playoffs contra. I'm really excited because the Desk had some strong words there. That was, the quickest game of the group stage, I think Daniel said. And I don't know if I see that.
Yeah, we were so caught up with all those sort of reaction that it didn't felt like another one on the list of almost speed run at all. Well, it definitely was an explosive trade between both BURIRAM United as well as SVP. If only SVP held on to those team fights a little bit better on the past game.
Yeah, I think SVP took game number 1 remarkably close, and they put the man who really did it on an Akali. And with Yahtzee getting the Akali, I see a whole lot of threat onto Kinemon. I see a whole lot of threat onto Archony. And it's down to Supporter and Noel to play kind of defense and shut that down. So unless, and I'm going to say this knowing it might happen, Shiba finds a kill here.
Wow, that's a really huge commitment of Shiba, though. He burns a flash, and of course that trades it with Albert. But Albert survives ultimately, and this is going to be pretty much great for him to trade off against the Darius.
So unless Shiba gets off to a really good start, I don't think this game's going to be a blowout. Because provided Shiba doesn't find an early start, he is re-ganking up top. Hold on.
Shiba now trapping right in, and who misses the stun though. This might just be the first blood, and yes, it will be confirmed for United.
Here comes Yahtzee. Nothing from it. Yeah, all right. Remember what I said? Unless they get off to an early start, there's the early start. Shiba demonstrates what an early game Lee Sin can do. There's so much power in Lee Sin's kit before he hits level 5, and that's what makes him different from every other jungler in the game. Lee Sin, you can take into lane level 1, level 2, and already do so much damage. There, the gank comes out level 3, a little more standard, and Shiba has enough damage to confirm it with a very good roam up from Archony as well, getting out of the lane early as we asked him to. And this puts the pressure on SVP. They need to shut down Shiba. They need to get gold onto Yazi if they want to keep this game going.
And that happened was interesting, but hold on, another punishment up top. This time, Supporter comes in just to get Noel ahead.
Supporter on a long run there. And
still chasing right in. They want to take down Pagor, and probably this Riven's going to be able to hop all the way into the turret range. But Shiba, he's still trying to find a little bit of lead. Here comes the Dragon's Rage with the dog. Noel goes 2-0.
He jumped into the taunt. What are you doing? Wait 10 seconds.
And Shiba, he's pulling out the Vanguard's head pretty much early on, and this is where they managed to find a kill onto the Galio. Meanwhile, over on the bot side, good trades coming from Kinmon. And Noel.
Albert goes down here as well, as a long line of SVP players walk into the top lane and die one by one.
Top lane doesn't feel like an island anymore. You know, like, this is where the party's
it's a river, Contra. A river of blood.
Indeed. It's built all across the map, or should I just say, the Baron lane itself, where Noel definitely causing a whole lot of hemorrhage onto Albert. Now, Albert not going to be able to actually find too much going on for himself.
This is rough. You're going to need to look at ways to stem the bleeding over on SVP. I hope they brought their bandages. Because all their gold is on Yazi. He's got to be the carry, at least for this mid-game until Papa shows up. There we go.
It's not really connect coming in from Supporter, while Papa still coming in with the chase as well. They managed to stun both of them with SVP. They managed to kick him away. Shiba stays alive, but Supporter won't be able to hold off far too long. Pagor will be able to find one back for SVP as they hit to the Dragon.
Okay, SVP play to their point of power. They stop playing to the top lane that's losing, and they direct their focus down towards the bottom side of the map where they are winning. It's a simple maneuver, but a clever one, and it pays off.
Trying to go in for another pickup as they focus on Kinmon. Yazi now getting flushed
dancing away.
Wall. And BURIRAM United takes back control of the Dragon. This is quite huge for BURIRAM.
The SVP make the right call. They can't fight it given their low health bars. If they find the pick there through the bottom lane, this is doable, but they don't. So they absolutely make the right decision. They disengage. They don't take any more risks, and that's the right thing to do. I was a little bit worried that SVP might hang around and try and fight for that Dragon, when really they're going to be winning this trade because you have to be factoring in this top side and that they're going to have a positive reset if they go in for this Rift Herald right now.
Hand lands on top of Albert, and there goes the rest of SVP chasing right in. Hero's entrance drops in, and they get them all knocked in the air. Pagor managing to get themselves into safety, but David will not. Meanwhile, not bad. And Yazi! He solo killed the Ari? I can't believe my eyes.
And this is what I'm talking about. Uh-oh.
We're going to continue where we left off, and we will take it back to the Herald. Albert now chunked down. He's only got 1 HP. While Papa, right for her life, he will be able to secure one before he goes down. It's a shutdown on the arrows, and yet again, Yazi will be able to clean up shop. Zebo, what's he going to do? He lets the king. He does not get Pagor. They're all hanging by a thread. And with the wild growth, they will be able to get that Herald, perhaps.
Spreading the wild growth to get the Herald. This is what I'm talking about. Stop playing to Albert. It's doomed. That top lane is over. Play to your points of power. Yazi getting solo kills, finding opportunities. Papa sustaining through the team fight and building a path for SVP to get back into this game, giving them a goal differential that's only 1,000 as they shrink that lead for BURIRAM drastically. That right there onto the blue buff was the first stun that Albert has hit all game, and that's a sign you need to give that Aurelia time to cool off.
Oh boy. Well, that's the second one as well. So, gonna start practicing on this Blue Sentinel Golem.
It doesn't dodge, Contra.
Hopefully he gets another stun off because he's getting chunked down, getting taunted, and looks like he is already down and out.
What I really love about this is that Supporter now has a blue buff.
Pagor, he's going to be able to slash down Shiva with the chase coming out The killer instinct will be able to bring one kill back to SVP. Now chasing back onto supporter. Supporter won't be able to survive for far too long. 1 HP though, and 1 tap is all it takes. Papa now gets slammed, and more of these resets might come by with the flash. It's a double, make it a triple. Noel, you're a beast.
That's insane! Noel gets a triple kill for the 2nd time in 2 games for the 2nd series tonight. Noel is single-handedly making the difference for BURIRAM. Every time a game seems to be spiraling out of control, it's their top laner who steps up to bat, this time with an axe.
My, and just look at this team fight here. It looked as if it was SVP here to take them all down, but that overcommitment on that Gallo costed them so much. It shouldn't be this way. SVP, they take up too much more than they can chew.
And the miscall there is not spending Wild Growth proactively on Papa. You need to be thinking about this as a protect the carry composition. You have so much power, but it is only in Papa and Yazi's team fighting. And that means the second they get low, the second they might take a turret shot, oh dear. The second they're wandering all alone in the middle of the map, you have problems.
Just when you mentioned about Papa's not really having all too much of a good time. Here comes the Vanguard's edge, brings Noel over the corner, and Noel will still slam them down. And how could they deal with this Darius right now?
Yeah, Albert has just been blown out of lane. This is disgusting. Noel has such a gold lead. This is going to be the Darius that, like, gets him banned for the rest of the tournament. I don't know if Noel's ever going to get a Darius after this 9-1 performance at the 9-minute mark. A kill a minute, and then some in the assist column for Noel as he single-handedly drags BURIRAM back in control of this game, and they're going to get a dragon for his efforts. Here come SVP to try and disrupt it.
Having Albert on the flank. Meanwhile, a flash coming in from David. He logos knocks him up in the air. And this is where they find a little bit more chance. But how are they going to deal with the Darius though? This is where they lock them up in place. Paper returns golden for a little bit more. Here comes the killer instinct as well. Onto the Lee Sin. They take them all down. But Paper is pretty much stuck as well. It's a triple for Kinemon. Now, Albert will go down. It's Noel's show after all. And somehow, Yazi making plays happen. Double! Can he get it out alive? He takes a couple of Honeybirds. Will be able to trade against Noel, but Noel is way too strong. Lets him live for a moment. And with Flash, that will take down the rest of SVP.
You can't stop Noel. It's a desperate, a heroic effort from Yazi. But you cannot stop Noel, not in the middle of these fights. Yazi just, despite everything, gets zoned away. Here's a question mark, though. Noel needs to reset. Shiba's coming in here. Can they get this dragon?
He may not have too much of that mana, but they want to actually go in for a setup. Here comes the Pagar with a good stun onto Tree. And somehow Albert tries to commit. Falling it off, here comes the TP into the river while Noel getting caught out, and he should have backed away when he had the chance. SVP tries to claim the dragon, but BURIRAM
and it's all on the Papa. Papa just got so much shutdown gold contra. This Kai'Sa is going to be huge.
He's rich, and perhaps this might just be the comeback of SVP, but they're still behind 4,000 gold. With one more good team fight, SVP might be able to pull it.
He's like you, Contra. He's rolling in the cash money.
Well, I wish I have more stash out there.
He's bathing in the stacks of dollars.
I don't think I can take down Darius for it, though. So,
oh my God.
Yahtzee
good
so
Lord.
much better. Or Papa.
Yeah.
Yeah, Papa.
I wish I was Darius Rich. You know who's Darius Rich? Mika. You can tell.
Oh, dear Mika. You gotta call out for that.
She's got like a bath of gold coins at home, I can tell.
Well, I guess if we place it all around the room, it might just be some good feng shui that could actually go for SVP.
I like that.
And, you know, Papa having a lot of money, maybe he could fund some buddies' education. As currently, BURIRAM United is in an awkward position, but they have room for Noel for the push.
Play what they're doing, Contra. They're funding BURIRAM's education because they're taking him to school.
Oh.
Here we go. 2 buys and mid.
Speaking about schooling somebody right here comes the hero's entrance, and that's where Albert gets caught up as well, and his will be versus down. But Noel is the big daddy in this fight.
Oh,
But
what's
Papa
that?
still has the killer instinct. He will not survive though. BURIRAM United got Pink
Yasi.
cornered up while Yasi tries to back away. He's got some
Can't do
really
it.
great position, but Noel, this guy is way too huge.
A desperate attempt to weave through the fight from Papa, but Yazi's just separated. And this is the problem with SVP. If you're okay.
Oh, good on onto
Into
two,
the taunt.
Well, not gonna
Yeah,
result
this
too
is the
much.
second time this game that SVP members have just full sent it into the taunt, so I'm not sure how to feel about that. Here comes Noel.
Oh boy. Speak of the devil, and this is where he's gonna flash over the wall, looks for Yahtzee.
Wow.
But the Galileo here won't be able to pick it up. Supporter says, hey, I want some cash too. While Noel just walking all
hunting.
alone like a boss. Just look at him.
Yeah, he's hunting. Look at this. He knows where Pegor must be. He's gonna get him.
1v1. Might just be throwing with the rest of SVP. Now he will be
He
able
misses
to
the
try to
pole.
sustain, but he won't be having too much of a fun time here with 4 members of SVP around the corner.
Shiba and Archony see those 4 members in the river, though, and they say, sick, free turret. So Noel's death kind of balances out. So here's the problem that SVP are having. You might be like, how do these team fights keep going so bad for them when they start so well? They're actually not being very efficient with their damage. What I mean by that is that Yazi and Papa, whilst their front line is engaging and dying, quite frequently are not finding damage of their own. If your front line is fighting, you as the Kaiser basically just need to be auto-attacking. It doesn't especially matter who you're auto-attacking into during that time. You obviously want to save your burst for key targets. But spend the time in range and auto-attacking. That's a movement challenge, and one that Papa is repeatedly failing, as he's out of position for these fights. This last fight actually was Yazi. He did get the steal. That's gross. This last fight in the mid lane, it was actually Yazi, who was just out of position trying to deal with Noel when he really should have been shooing up the back line, threatening Kinemon.
They give a threat right here. Of course, BURIRAM wants to set something up. And that's definitely a huge pointer out there. But BURIRAM United, they're smart enough not to have Noel to start off the majority of all these fights. He's the one that flanks. I hardly see Darren's play this way, to be honest.
And Contra, he's so fast. He's built Force of Nature and Dead Man's Plate. This man takes big steps. He's got long legs.
Long legs. I wish I had some of that too.
He's speed walking down the rift.
Well, let's see how far can he possibly run towards the rest of SVP as well. Well, they have got BURIRAM United here, who's already working on that break.
Look at how fast he's moving!
As fast as he goes, he managed to go in for the pull, but no follow-up whatsoever. BURIRAM United just hopes to secure the drag for themselves.
Yeah, SVP shouldn't be fighting for that. I don't know what they fight for. They're just waiting for a mistake at this point. They're down 6,000 gold, maybe more, so... You just wait. You see if there's a mistake that happens, and if there is, you hope you're in position to punish it. Because by default, SVP should just close out this game by getting major objectives in a couple of minutes.
That's right. Going back to the fast-walking Darius, he's like the guy in the gym that does a whole lot of cardio. And
yeah!
She's surrounded by a lot of muscular guys, and holding it onto that. This is where the knockout comes right in. What BURIRAM United? They're pretty much all cornered up. SVP's turn to shine. And they're chasing on. Papa will be able to secure the kill onto supporter. And also Kinemon. This is huge for SVP. But BURIRAM United will stay strong. And now they look for Papa. Papa turns golden. He will be taken down. But good kiss coming from Archony. This is where BURIRAM will be able to halt them back. And Noel is just controlling.
It's a 2-for-2 trade, so that's a decent trade actually for SVP. But I need to talk about Yazi, who got a kill in that fight and then just backed Contra. He just recalled. He just went home. He punched out of work. He said, "I'm done with my work for today.
It's like,
I filled out my time card.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys tomorrow."
No overtime, but we're gonna go slow-mo on this.
I'm not getting paid for this. What's this? If we can get this team fight going along. So Yazi TP's in, goes through this fight. It's a little rough, but he's still got like half his HP. He gets these kills, and then watch him very top corner. Bye, peace.
Well, have a look at that.
He could have cleaned up this fight. He would have been so useful. He just went home.
could have, would have, and should have actually done that. But then again, I guess that, you know, maybe items are more important. Gotta rejuvenate in the spot, and here comes a flash, I believe. Well, and
good stun.
Tries to actually hold him back here with the Vanguard's edge while Pigor is charging up. He's got a GA available. This can actually extend the trade for SVP.
I just want to stress, Yazi went back and bought a single magic damage book. He bought a single tome. It wasn't a major item he was getting.
It's like, hold up, I gotta catch up on my Harry Potter books.
Yeah, gotta catch up on my reading. I love it. He's got a reading list.
When you got movies out there where you could just, you know, join in the action.
Oh dear.
Not gonna hold it up too much for that though. I believe that there's still opportunities for Yazi to pop up on the next fight.
Well, I mean, he has to. That's the problem. He's 7-3. He's the most important character in this game. And that's my problem, is that he just left. And Yazi has the entire weight of SVP on his shoulders. He's played incredibly well this series, and he has to deliver here. Because life's unfair, and sometimes even when you've been working really hard, you gotta keep working.
Right, Noel gonna be working those extra long legs, and that's where Papa will have to be golden for a tad bit. Here comes the hero's entrance. We'll be able to negate them for only a tad bit. Here comes Yazi, diving in the back. We'll be able to find anyone, and he gets dropped immediately. Shiva gives him a little bit more space, but that's a flash, a charm, and the rest of BURIRAM United will be able to clean everyone up. SVP, they're all battered and bruised, and with a stun, Kidmon will be able to find one more. SVP only having Papa left, and that is going to miss. And oh my word! You call for Papa, he tries to deliver, but he won't fall. BURIRAM United will get their clean sheet after all, and they will still be the leader of the pack in Group A.
And still undefeated.